Hi, and welcome to the first episode of Actually Good Roblox Games. The front page is full of a lot of worthless, trashy garbage, but some of the games on this platform are still actually worth your time. Today, we're going to look at the gameability, aesthetic, and microtransactionality of Arsenal, a perpetual gun game arena FPS developed by Rolve Studios. Arsenal is a game that's fairly straightforward. In the standard mode, which is what you'll be playing most of the time, you have a weapon of some kind. This can range from an actual gun to a magic spellbook to a tiny man that shoots the bad guys for you. Whenever you get a kill, your gun changes. This gives you a new weapon and a near instant reload because your new weapon starts with a full clip. When you kill an enemy, they drop ammo in a little health bottle. These two simple mechanics combined gives you a reason to stay in the action, chaining kill by kill and rapidly revolving through the next guns in order until you reach the final gun in this round's chain. There are a lot of maps, game modes, and unlocks, and with the free monthly challenges, you get plenty of opportunities to unlock crates and nab yourself some skins without dropping any Robux on the game at all. Although, if you do, the prices are pretty fair. At least it's a lot better compared to your average Roblox microtransactions. The first category we have is
Gameability.
8 out of 10. The game is deeply engaging, has variety, and can be played at length. The gameplay is designed to keep you in the action. There are spots to take cover on the impressive variety of maps, but for the most part, you aren't rewarded for camping. You're pressured to get kills as fast as possible before someone else does, which means the entire match is action-packed. The maps, despite there being a good number of them, aren't quantity over quality. Some maps even feature terrain destruction that can change how you interact with a map as you play it. They're usually small and designed to push players together quickly, but some maps are larger and lend themselves better to longer range engagements. Overall, the map quality and design is impressive and perfectly complements the gameplay. While the standard mode is what you'll usually find yourself playing, there are some modes that offer variety, such as shotgun-only rounds or pistol-only rounds, and if you want even more variety, you could try voting for the Juggernaut rounds, where one character is given a lot of health and the rest of the server has to team up to take him down. If you fancy a little survival horror, you could try the Clown rounds, where survivors have to fend off waves of double-jumping clowns with hammers controlled by other players. There's even more modes than that, and it definitely keeps the game from getting stale. There are plenty of times where I've thought to myself, well, this is my last game, but the notion of getting to play a special round I liked kept me going. And if all of these core Arsenal game modes isn't enough for you, there's even more you could try, such as the Slaughter Adventure map, a Five Nights at Freddy's-esque game mode where you're exploring a dimly lit pizzeria to find gas and tinder while avoiding various spirits and animatronics that haunt the establishment. Or try the ranked 1v1 competitive mode for a true test of skill. If you just need to brush up and shake the rust off, you could also play their Shooting Gallery challenge. You got all that, you tack on a few random secret maps, a bonus boss fight, an Easter egg hunt to get the rarest melee weapon in the game. Arsenal provides a lot to do on top of a fun and engaging core gameplay loop, which is why it easily takes an 8 out of 10 gameability score. That's how the game plays, but how does it look? Let's take a peek at Arsenal's
Aesthetic.
7 out of 10. The art direction is original, impressive, and serves the game well. Arsenal doesn't feature incredibly realistic graphics or a niche and unique art style that's never been done before, but it does strike its own kind of appeal. The game is sleek and simple and has great looking gun models and animations. It does suffer a bit from an inconsistent tone, as a lot of the skins don't share the same levels of detail or aesthetic, which can make it feel a bit jarring at times, but it's never enough to detract from what the overall game provides. That, and due to the already somewhat chaotic nature of the game, a little bit of clashing design isn't really noticed. The maps function perfectly for the game Arsenal is, and they look serviceable enough to get the job done. I wouldn't call Arsenal's overall look groundbreaking by any margin, but with a relatively simple UI and a lot of bright contrasting colors, it does what it has to do to communicate what it needs to do, and I appreciate it for what it is, which lands Arsenal's aesthetic ranking a solid 7 out of 10. So the game plays good, and it looks good, but to determine if it's really worth your time, we need to pop the hood and take a look at Arsenal's
Microtransactionality.
4 out of 5. There's some things you can only get through microtransactions, but prices are fair and it isn't pay to win. The game does feature an in-game store and loot boxes you can only open through in-game currency, and that can sound a little scary at first, but the game also features a very wide selection of monthly challenges that pay plenty of in-game currency to snag a bunch of crates without dropping any actual Robux on the game. For the majority of my playtime, I was accomplishing these challenges without realizing it. It's all very simple stuff, nothing you have to actively wear yourself out grinding over, like getting kills with a certain weapon or getting headshots. It's all simple. And you can also get multiple daily challenges for 300 arsenal bucks each. The skin crates, the most expensive on offer, are 1,200. So you do one daily challenge a day, it takes 4 days to open a crate. It's nothing. And you'll likely see yourself earning these even faster than that because of all the monthly challenges. Overall, Arsenal's base monetization and microtransactions compared to most modern Roblox games are fairly generous. In terms of DLC, such as game passes and such, there are a few skin bundles you can buy for Robux that offer exclusive content you can only get from the passes, which is the reason why Arsenal gets a 4 out of 5 instead of 5 out of 5 here. But the cheapest pass is at 395 Robux, the most expensive 725, and there's only 4 you can buy. There's not that much to Arsenal that you can't get just by playing the game. If there were more passes, or if the prices were any sort of egregious, Arsenal's ranking in this category would be bumped down, but because of the overall fairly priced offerings and the ease of earning in-game currency, it's a strong 4 out of 5. Overall, Arsenal is an actually good Roblox game because it offers a fun and engaging gameplay experience that's unique to the platform, with a lot of variety built into the core gameplay loop. The game looks good, it runs good, it plays good, and it doesn't fill your screen with ads in an attempt to drain every Robux you've ever made, which is why I can wholly recommend trying this game out, and I'm happy to feature it as the first game of AGRG. Thanks for watching. To snag a bunch of crates without dropping any actual Robux on the game. From a